I wanted to shift a little bit gears towards another big issue for us domestically here, and that's the epidemic of fentanyl, which is hitting a lot of those swing states that are going to determine the who's going to be the executive at the end of this election cycle. So I wonder if you think some of the talking points that were brought up during the Sunday morning shows by JD Vance are valid. That I want to bring up here in a second. He's saying that there's a huge epidemic of fentanyl and it's hitting these blue colored regions like Pennsylvania and whatnot. And it's specifically tied to the southern border issue, meaning that the southern border is open, allowing the Mexican cartels to flow this fentanyl into the country. And a lot of that fentanyl, or all of it actually, is being manufactured in China as well. So he's one of the few, honestly, politicians, regardless of it's of Republicans or Democrats, that are actually bringing this issue up. And I wonder if you think this is an effective issue to bring up, and if you think that there's any administration that can actually do anything about this epidemic.
So it's an important issue to bring up. If you look at the polls and surveys, economics is still first and foremost number one, right? Particularly in light of the record inflation that we've been having for the last couple of years. There was enough. Here's a really important stat that doesn't get mentioned enough. Last year, actually, it was probably fiscal year 2022, because that's the last year they had the stats. There was enough fentanyl seized by U.S. Customs and Border Protection to kill every single American, because
Wow.
that's how lethal fentanyl is, and that's just what they caught. That's not what got away, right? And obviously, it's been making its way into all sorts of things. People think they're taking a prescription medication that they're getting off the black market. They're taking, they're being silly in a lot of cases, but they don't think they're taking fentanyl, right? They think they're taking oxycontin or something of that nature, or they're taking a recreational drug and then it ends up being laced with fentanyl. Or there's been children who have been killed as a byproduct just by exposure to it. So we obviously know why it's happening. It's because of the United States is the one place in the world where you're not allowed to have a border, and it's sickening.